Hello everyone! Took me a while, hasn't it? Well, no matter, because today is the time to race on the dream track of this man, lawvs. If you haven't seen it yet, I made a video where I created his dream track in Blender and made it into a mod for Assetto Corsa, which you can download for absolutely free from my Discord server, link in the description. Without further ado, let's get to the race highlights. Welcome to the 2024 Ladderhorn Grand Prix. Let's go through a quick recap of what the championship standings look like after round 2 on the Galacodrome. Fernando Sigma Alonso keeps his lead by just 1 point thanks to the fastest lap he performed on the first race. The top 3 is finished by Verstappen and Leclerc. If we flip to page 2, we can see that Bottas is just missing out on P10 and Daniel Ricciardo even behind the 2 Alpines. Ay, that one must hurt. The Constructors' Championship is being led by none other than our good old Red Bull Racing, followed by Ferrari, Mercedes, and with an unsurprising Alpine at the bottom of the table. But enough about the past, let's look at what awaits us today. Here are the results of yesterday's qualifying session and the starting order for today's race. The Alpines patiently sitting in the last 2 places as per usual. P18 goes to the Lord of Penalties with Zhou Guanyu ending his F1 career right next to him in P17. Daniel Ricciardo keeps proving the Red Bull decision makers wrong by slotting in P16 alongside Nico Hülkenberg, who did not pull a Hülkenberg and did not get into Q3. Yuki Tsunoda slots in 14th alongside a very surprising Sargent in P13. Lance Stroll managed to get out of Q1 for a change, and right next to him is Albon in P11. Valtteri Bottas finally found some pace in that mullet and starts this race in 10th, right next to the man he was replaced with in P9. In P8, Lewis Hamilton, and remember, this is considered impressive now, right next to Charles Leclerc in 7th position. Fernando Alonso keeps outdriving the Aston Martin and starts in P6, right next to Lando Norris in P5. Sergio Perez is still doing a good job at 4th, alongside Carlos Sainz in 3rd. The top 2 are Max Verstappen in 2nd and Oscar Piastri, who somehow pulled an absolute magic trick from that papaya hat yesterday. And with that settled, let's head straight to the race. All 20 drivers are lined up and ready, and 3, 2, 1. And the race is rolling, everybody. Norris gets an amazing start, but Verstappen is right on his tail, right behind him. Sainz and Perez both with a brilliant launch off the line as well, as they barrel into the first corner. Norris has to correct the car, and Verstappen gets past him on the outside. There's a bit of a kerfuffle in the back. Ocon pitting Ricciardo and almost spinning him out. But the battle for first isn't over yet, everybody. Not nearly, because here he comes. Lando Norris down the not straight using Verstappen's slipstream to get closer and closer and closer. It's gonna be a battle at the first chicane. He pulls alongside Verstappen down the inside, doesn't leave room, and oh! Verstappen takes flight. Verstappen falls victim to the immensely high sausage curbs that he's just out of the race. That is the end to... Oh, there's another one. There's Valtteri Bottas. And you can see here in slow motion as Verstappen literally takes flight. His car then flips on the side, grinds the asphalt, bends the laws of physics, and just flips around. And that is race-ending damage for both Verstappen and Bottas. Oh, and the TV direction only noticed this now, but there's George Russell fighting Alex Albon. How the mighty have fallen. And I believe they make contact, and Russell is a passenger at this point, just flying over the sausage curb and into the John Lemon wall. Oh, what a shame. Here we have a battle of 2 legends. Hamilton slowly edging Alonso on the main straight. They're side by side all the way up to turn 1. And Alonso turns in way too quickly. Corrects the car, and Hamilton as a result benefits and keeps the P6 spot. Nice clean battles down the first, not straight towards the Monza chicane. As we can see, Alonso is creeping out slowly on the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Will he go for the lunge down the inside? Yes, he... Oh! The Ferrari of Leclerc is in the air. Hamilton goes over the curbs too. Chaos. Utter chaos on the track. Alonso has to dodge the Ferrari. Hamilton keeps track position, but the fight isn't over yet. Alonso goes down the inside into the Suzuka hairpin. Will he have enough traction to step on the gas first? No! It seems he doesn't. They're side by side again. What a battle. But Alonso dips his wheel in the sandpit and Hamilton gets the upper hand. Looking at the Ferrari of Leclerc, and that is a nasty, nasty flip. Even worse than Max Verstappen. Does a full 360, and that is Monaco's boy out of the race for today. This here is the battle for the lead of the race. Carlos Sainz versus Oscar Piastri. Who's gonna come out on top as they barrel into the Monza chicane with Piastri on the outside? Please, Oscar, don't touch the curbs. And oh no! Piastri hits the curbs too, but he only spins around at a pirouette and is able to continue the race. That is good news for McLaren. Carlos Sainz is the new race leader. That is quite the impressive feat of driving by Piastri there. Doing a 360 spin, catching it perfectly, and just continuing on with the race. A little Ken block action, which leads to him being passed by Norris, but he keeps P3 at the very least. And just as a recap, the list of our retirees for this race so far: Max Verstappen, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, and Valtteri Bottas. And as the race approaches the second half, I'm sure there's more action to come. And what is this we have here? Alex Albon sandwiched between the two V-carbs with Tsunoda in front and Ricciardo in the back, as per usual, it seems. But Ricciardo is catching up to Albon here as they approach the braking zone. Oh! Ricciardo touches Albon from behind, spins him round, and overtakes him? Interesting strategy, Daniel. I must say, I didn't expect this from Daniel Ricciardo. It seems that him being attacked by Ocon at the start left a mark on him. I really hope this one set a trend for the rest of the race and that he can keep it clean from now on. Oscar Piastri trying to take back P3 from Perez after a poor strategy call from McLaren as they barrel into the corkscrew and Piastri outbrakes himself, goes deep, and Perez keeps the place for now. This is not the time for mistakes, Oscar. Up the main straight they go, the McLaren chasing the Red Bull, trying to edge Perez into submission, down into turn 1. Piastri outbrakes himself again, and Perez keeps the place once more. Keep trying, Oscar. Oh, that mistake from turn 1 actually put him under pressure from Lewis Hamilton, as the onboard camera from Fernando Alonso's car is now showing us. Down the first not straight they go, and they're alongside, edging each other. Hamilton's car on the right. Will he fly into the exosphere? And yes, he will. That is over the curbs, and that is a free place for Fernando Alonso right there. Sometimes the only thing you need to do is just wait for the right opportunity to come. Daniel Ricciardo, the man who's on fire and the man who can't race cleanly today, is approaching his teammate Yuki Tsunoda, and Tsunoda locks up and Ricciardo pushes him forward. They both get oversteer as they both go into the negatively banked last corner. Ricciardo on the soft tire just has much more grip and gets the move done, and by the time they're on the main straight, he's up into P6. Our race leader, Carlos Sainz, who's under pressure now from Lando Norris, and now that looked like Lance Stroll, who's being lapped, did impede Sainz and did affect his rate quite a bit. And I think we can reasonably expect that to be a 10-second time penalty. I can hardly believe I'm saying this, but here we have Daniel Ricciardo making a move on Fernando Alonso as they approach the Monza corner, but Ricciardo learned and he does the old switchback. Alonso takes flight but holds the drift. Somehow this is perfect for Ricciardo as he simply just drives into P5. But is that Lance Stroll up ahead? Yes it is, and he blocks Ricciardo, allowing his teammate Alonso to retake his position. Great teamwork, but I'm sure this is going to have to be another 10-second time penalty for him, and a black and white flag too, for sure. Another lap, another bag of action as Norris sniffs Sainz's transmission fluid. Sainz manages to keep the position, but for how long? Realistically, not too long. There we go, it only took one lap, and here we are. We are back in business, everybody. Norris pulls along Sainz, forcing him to the outside, meaning it's either give up the position or fight and flight, and Sainz chooses the latter as he flies over the curb just like many others, hits Lando Norris, who somehow keeps it under control, and in the weirdest way possible, up to P1 he goes. Up goes Lando Norris. And Sainz just flew over the curb, much like many others in this race. They are deadly, but also great fun. And Carlos unfortunately had to retire because of the damage. Oh, what is this? Perez in the gravel. What happened? Oh, okay. It's the Monza chicane again. Everybody knows what's happened. No one cares anymore. And here he goes, Daniel Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso once again, and this time there is no lapped Stroll to help Alonso stay in position. Into the corner they go, and Daniel Ricciardo comes out on top in P3? Wow, that is quite the result for him. The very last lap, the very last corner of this race, and this man, not this one, the one behind him, this man, Lando Norris, He started winning and he just can't get enough of it, can he? Across the line. First place with Piastri in second, finishing up the McLaren 1-2. What a race, boys. What a race. So, here's the results. Lando Norris, your race winner, with Piastri and Ricciardo finishing up the top 3. P4 for Fernando Alonso, followed by Yuki Tsunoda, Kevin Magnussen scoring good points, Guan Yu Zhou, who we have barely seen this race, Pierre Gasly proving to be the only capable French guy on the grid, Lance Stroll finished 9th despite all his penalties, maybe because Logan Sargent scored a point too. The only other finisher is Esteban Ocon with 9 cars total, retiring from the race. Wow. How does this affect the Drivers' Championship then? Lando Norris leaps into first, followed by Alonso, Piastri, Verstappen, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, and Ricciardo jumping all the way from P20 into P10. And then all of these slow cuts at the back too. And finally, the Constructors' Championship. McLaren skips over into first place while Red Bull and Fernando Alonso complete the top 3, followed closely by Mercedes, Ferrari, VCarb, Haas, Sauber, Williams, and Alpine. So, if you want to participate at a race just like this one on the Ladderhorn and other future tracks, don't hesitate to join my Discord server. If you like what I create, please consider supporting me on Patreon, just like these amazingly kind people here, and these madlats. I also now have YouTube memberships if you'd like to support me here, though I don't exactly know how they work yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out by the next video. So join in if you'd like to support me. Thank you for watching and good luck into turn 1.